we are in a world that is full of misinformation, full of just, we're flooded with information like ways, back to just referring to that Ben Witherington article that we talked about last week about the difference between sola scriptura, when they had 5 different source texts for the Bible, and maybe even less for the Tanakh, maybe the printed edition of one of the early printed editions or something. Now, in the early Reformation, 500 years later, we have so much information pertaining to the Bible, but along with that wonderful situation we're in, with all this information about Scripture and history, we're also that in that same door of information technology. It's just so much noise that the reason we can't be lazy is we need to learn vigilance and to be watchful, to be prayerful, as Yeshua trains us, so that we can be equipped for this time we live in, so we can be sources of light and of good, sound information, even though we're being bombarded and flooded with crazy information. And it's so easy to dumpster dive, as we use that term for using the internet. One other, if I could just bring us back to this article, the Word made flesh. What I liked about, the Carson article, of course, and then this follow-up from the recent winter jets, is that Yeshua, that John sets us up from the beginning, that Yeshua is the Word made flesh. In other words, when people see Yeshua, they see this person walking around like, oh, he's just one of us, right? We know his family. We know his, why is he so great? We know where he grew up. We know all this stuff. So they see a flesh and blood body just like everybody else does. But what John is telling the story to remind us that while that's true, there is something being revealed, that God is through the incarnation is completing the revelation of his word in this world we're in, and opening the gate, in John's language, opening the gate to the eternal presence of God for the flock of Yeshua, for his people. And these are big ideas to get our head around. But when you think of just the miracle of life itself, the fact that, every Shabbat we rehearse God created the world, right? This world is not didn't evolve from monkeys or from goo. This is God created the world. He put everything in its place. He put man in his world and gave us breath and words and intellect and language, like we were talking about earlier. And sin has come into the world and has blinded us, has hardened our hearts. And God acted in his planned way from the foundation, like the lamb slain from the foundation of the world, as it says, how he would work redemption and purchase the elect, basically, and gather the elect. And this is what's unfolding.
Don't miss any clips from Messiah Matters by clicking the subscribe button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and share it so other people can see it too.